Good day everyone, so how does Genshin Impact compare to Honkai Star Rail when it comes to treating their returning players? Well, that's what we'll find out in today's video, since I haven't played both games in over 40 days. When it comes to Honkai Star Rail, you unlock what is called the Starlit Homecoming, and as you'll see a bit later, this is very much similar to what you get in Genshin Impact, which is just the Stellar Reunion, but the basic idea is very simple. You've got a 7-day check-in, and as you check in, you get stellar jades, fuel, and some other materials, but you also get this path of return, which is in essence an activity-based like game. So if you log in, if you do the simulated universe, you get more and more points, which will allow you to unlock additional rewards. In this case, I can unlock any 4-star light cone, and you can see these are very familiar. These are typically the ones that you can buy for like completing like weekly tasks and so on. So clearly, if you've been missing out, you can to some extent make up for it, but that is effectively how the system works. Every single day you unlock a new stop, and as you get more and more activity points, you can see there where it says current points, you go down the train track and you unlock more and more rewards. It's a very simple system, but it's very clear that this system is all about pushing you to do some of the overworld things, but ultimately at the 4th stop it really references the simulated universe and completing the Forgotten Whole and Pure Fiction. These are endgame modes that you are encouraged to play in order to get rewards, and this is so important because we're going to talk about it. Getting double rewards is very typical. You'll see that in Genshin as well. You've got like a returnee code, which is pretty standard, and get a bunch of credits for filling in like a survey about why you returned and what other games you've been playing. This is pretty box standard. So that is the Honkai Star Rail version. You'll see the Genshin version now is very similar. You log in for a couple of days, you get your primo gems and stuff, you get the double drops. It's very much a similar mechanic. The only difference is instead of getting a 4-star weapon, you gain one that you can craft, which I don't think is as good as the Honkai version. The other thing that you need to do here in the Genshin version is explore a couple of regions. Now, if you've already explored these regions, you can just automatically obtain the rewards. But you can see that the focus here is very much on, ooh, look at these new regions, go and explore them. That is what Genshin is trying to sell you, and depending on where you are with your current Archon quest, you can also then complete free chapters and get the rewards. If you've already done it, well, like me, you just auto-complete it. And then finally there is the wishing system that they have to remind you, they have to try and sell you the characters and give you the little story quest for them. So that is in a nutshell how these two work, but that's not where this video is going to end, because I think what was really noticeable for me, and probably for those of you that just saw all of this, is the fact that the focus on what you're supposed to be doing as a returning player is very much different. That's why I really pointed out the fact that Honkai Star Rail basically says, oh, start leveling up your tracers, get some material ready, and then by the 3rd and 4th stop it's like, yeah, go and complete the end game activities. That is what we want to offer you. There was no mention about the story, and I actually respect that, because the story is something you can do optionally. It's something that you can do whenever you really feel like it, whereas in Genshin's case you only get rewards for completing what might arguably be in some cases a 4-5 hour long story quest, which is just like, I don't think that's the healthiest like way to engage with returning players. You see, people would quit games like these because, let's say, they're going on holiday like me, or they've got work pressures, or they're in school, they've got exams, and they just don't have time to play. So when you then demand of them to play a story quest for a bunch of rewards, it really doesn't feel that good, because the time investment is so significant. But in Honkai Star Rail it's much more streamlined, it's very focused instead. So you can, instead of doing this big quest, it's like, oh, just complete this activity, you get this reward. It's much more pointed, and that is what I love, because I think within a 2-week window it's very easy for you to go to any of those tasks and be like, complete simulated universe, right, that's what I'm going to do today and nothing else. Boom, I do it, I log back out, I get a bunch of rewards, and that is just a way the game can then help you make up for some of the lost progress compared to other players. It's far more simpler, and I think it's far more direct, and it leans into what I really like, what we're all here for, the combat. And this is in contrast to Genshin, which basically tells you, hey, achieve 30% in this region. It's like, what does 30% mean? I mean, if I have to put myself in the shoes of the typical Genshin Impact player base, then I am some 13-year-old Chinese kid on my way to school. I've got limited time to actually play the game, and by law, I'm going to be kicked out if I exceed a certain amount of time playing the game during the week. So for me to just explore means that I'm going to have to make a couple of choices, and if I don't finish the story, if I don't finish exploring the region, I just lose out on all of the rewards, which is just like so bizarre. And it's also this other thing where you have the companion quest that they give you, but before you get to the companion quest, they obviously put up the wishing banner for the new current characters that are currently on banner, and it's like, well, no, can't you guys just do something unique? Can't you have a basic algorithm detect that, oh, my most played character is Kokomi, hey, unlock this new Act 5 of Kokomi story quest? Well, they can't do it because Act 5 doesn't exist. In fact, we're not even past Act 1 for the majority of characters in the game, which just once again shows you that what I've seen is just a very cookie cutter kind of returnee event, which is just like, ooh, hear all the shiny new things, be impressed, but as a long-time player, nothing about it felt unique. And honestly, this is where I would criticize both of the games, because what is there for me uniquely as a returnee player? Imagine Genshin gave me something like let's say a rare Kokomi skin and said, oh, we noticed you like this character, complete either the Spiral Abyss or 10 rounds of TCG and unlock a free Kokomi skin that you didn't get whilst you were on holiday. And that would be really, really cool. And imagine someone else coming back in the game and they picked up that, oh no, this player actually likes someone like Xingqiu and they forgot to play the Lantern Rite event and get the skin, and now they get the opportunity to get that skin for free. You know, something that is really tailored to your account. That would be so cool. But this is the one thing that I've learned from Hoyo. They don't care how much money you've spent, they don't care how much time you've spent. What they do care about is, are you a content creator promoting their game? In which case, yes, what they're going to do is send you specific rewards, which you're going to then showcase as content on your channel, and everyone's going to be like, ooh and ah. But if you're someone that spent any amount of money, the game does not care, they don't give you any thanks, and it was very obvious that the mechanisms in place is very much geared to treating both of these games just as like a corporate, like, what do you call it, venture. There's nothing that is unique to you, there's nothing that really makes you feel special if you really look hard enough, and for me that is the big disappointment. I like Honkai Star Rail's return event more, but in both cases I feel the games have failed. They failed to really grab me and say, oh, this is for you, not for anyone else, but for you. And I can understand some arguments why you don't want to make something unique, because some people are going to feel they've been hard done by it. But then again, I also feel like if someone spent more than $1,000 on your game, you can do something unique for them. It's just called basic customer service. In fact, that's how the entire world outside of Genshin Impact works. If you spend a bit of money, you get a fancier meal, you get a better seat when you are on a train and you're driving through Japan. You know, this is how life works. Life is pay to win. You get proportionally more for what you've paid. And in the case of Genshin and Honkai Star Rail, you get nothing. And it's even worse if you're an F2P player, because what you think you're getting is really, if you look behind it in terms of the material requirements, not that much even. So we're all kind of a bit like hard done by both of these games. I'm personally disappointed in both of the rewards, although, like I said, the structure of how Honkai Star Rail does it is better. Yeah, that's my review of both of these systems. Let me know what you guys think, and have a good day.